We are live. Welcome to this presentation. My name is Pat Ogidi and I'll be the host today. Yes, I'm not actually going to be the person, the guest. The guest is someone who has done figures as high as 30 million naira in the past couple of years from a business not too many people know about, and that is Grasscutter business. Well, it is not my thing. That is why I have to go bring him an expert to come teach you this so you can learn and go replicate whatever you learn and build some income for yourself. Once again, my name is Pat Ogidi. Just a quick few things we need to know before I head straight to the webinar room. In the course of the webinar, you will see by your right hand side a comment box there. Type in your name, where you're watching from, so what we know you are actually hooked up to us. Okay, and in the course of the presentation, if you have any question, also type them in there. We will make our time to answer all of your questions at the end of the presentation. All of them, as much as we can take. All right, without taking much of a time, you've seen my pretty face and my Igbo cap, right? So let's jump straight into the webinar room and get the ball rolling. Wonderful. The 30 million naira backyard Grasscutter millionaire business strategy. The 30 million naira backyard Grasscutter millionaire business strategy. Now you will know why there's a 30 million naira. You know why we call it the backyard Grasscutter millionaire business strategy. Self-explanatory really, but then you will get to know why we call this all these names. Okay, and the presentation is simply how an unusual simple 3-step process took a jobless graduate from nowhere to a millionaire grasscutter farmer and now generates recurring 6-figure every month from nothing else other than the same grasscutter business. No, hold it there. Whatever you think you know about Grasscutter, you do not know jack. At the end of the training, you would agree with me that you know nothing about this, because Grasscutter is one of the most consumed meats in this country. In Africa, it's even exportable. They export it, right? And to burst the bubble, that is the only bush meat, yes, in quote, my daddy takes. That is the only bush meat my own dad takes, Grasscutter, Nchi. If you're an Igbo, you call it Nchi. I don't know what they call it in Yoruba and Hausa and other languages, but then it's a very big and respected meat in my place. Yeah, but here we are talking about domesticating this animal, rearing them, having fun with them, and then making money. Like having fun, rearing Grasscutter that doesn't give you any odor, that doesn't give out any odor, and then making money in the process. Like I said earlier, I am only the host today, Pat Ogidi, and yes, that is my guest there, but I have his face blurred out. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag before the bag gets home. And in this presentation today, we have just one goal: to show you all the mistakes he made so you can avoid them, and his breakthrough, in this Grasscutter business, how he finally bumped into the business and started generating money for himself. I think he calls it a 3-step strategy that anybody can take and start seeing results as soon as possible. And that is why if you stay to the end, he's going to be wowing you. You're going to be seeing how this guy calls Grasscutter by his name, and Grasscutter comes. Like, Grasscutter is also a wild animal, but here he's been able to domesticate it to the extent of calling it a name and it answers it fast and sweet, right? So if you stay to the end, you're going to be learning all of these things and how you can start your own beside your house, like beside your window in your compound. It doesn't smell. It's not like poultry. It's not like any other thing. This is something you can do even behind your kitchen and it's good. Like, you don't need a whole big space. Wherever you are in the world, you can do this, and all you need is to follow whatever you've been learning today. Make sure you have your writing materials ready so you'd be 1,000 steps ahead. All right, you will not only discover that particular untapped income stream from Grasshopper, but also get the exact 3-point strategy this same dude deploys to get the system running within 7 days. Mark that 7 days. It shouldn't be more than 7 days. The same blueprint he uses to get this running within 7 days, right? And this same 3-point strategy is what has made him made him, money was just kicking up 5.6 million in 2017. 13.5 million, that's like 5 times, right? In 2018, and 11.765 million just in 2019. And that's right to say it generated for him over 30 million naira in this small space of time, doing something from one corner of his compound without having to, register any business name, rent a big shop, or all those, documentation that makes business, unappealing in these parts of the world. This same business also connected this guy to the man you see by the left. That is not just any man. That is the governor of Benue State. He told me that the governor read about the governor of Benue State is a farmer. If you know him already, he has a farm before becoming the governor, right? But he doesn't do Grasscutter business. So he heard about this guy. I think he read about him in one of his interviews in NTA or newspaper or something. Yeah, and then he picked interest in this guy. He invited him. This guy went to go and sit with the governor and consulted for the governor in setting up his own Grasscutter farm in Benue State. Pictures don't lie. This is real pictures. And this guy has been going all over the place granting interviews. This, if you look at the background, that background is a blog background. This interview wasn't in NTA. He was in a farm, and NTA came to interview him. All right, he was in a farm, one of his friends' farm in Abuja, and NTA Abuja came to interview him, and it was aired on a national TV. Now, this presentation can help you build an all-weather business like him. Get the ball rolling like he's doing. That brings you at least 500 to 1 million naira per month, guaranteed. And when Padogidi says guaranteed, you know what he means. You know he means every word of it. Pat Ogidi, the host, and my guest, who is he? You'll get to find out now. But first of all, let's talk about a bit about Pat Ogidi for persons who maybe the first time they are bumping into my presentations like this. Okay, Pat Ogidi is that lazy internetpreneur. He makes money while he sleeps. Alright, they call me the Grand Commander of Mini Importation Business, and I was given that name by gurus and shakers in the industry. One time, the Internet Marketer of the Year, an award hosted by Afrinet Business Solutions in conjunction with American Internet Business School, what they call .com Awards. Yes, I used to hold trainings like this, and this is what my hall looks like. And sorry, this is not a free training. These are all fully paid trainings, right? And above all, I've got a very wonderful, sweet family, the sweetest family on earth, if you ask me. That is my wife there, Jenny. The best thing that has ever happened to me, the best gift I would ever receive, and it is actually from God. And to the glory of God, I've been blessed with 3 wonderful children, 2 damsels, Nicole, Chimamanda, and my Mona. At the middle is my son, Jason Kamdere Chukwu. Alright, I have a good family. Now that is about me, and of course this presentation is not about me, so I don't want to make it a lengthy one about me, else I will take attention from where attention is supposed to be to myself, which I'm also going to be a learner today. Now about the Grasscutter Lord himself, and he calls himself the Ezenchi. Eze in Igbo means king, Nchi means Grasscutter. Right? So he calls himself the king of Grasscutter. I don't think he gave himself that name. Like that's the name he's been known for, these days. The 30 million naira from Grasscutter businessman. Who is he? You are curious. Meet him. His name is Mr. Chinedu Eluwa. Eluwa means on top of the world. Just like Eliwe. Yeah, that's heaven. Eluwa, Mr. Chinedu Eluwa. Widely referred to as Ezenchi. So when you see him tomorrow, call him Ezenchi, king of Grasscutter. Okay, this is his picture. He's a young guy, a young Nigerian, a young Igbo man, doing this thing in the eastern part of the country. Not even in Lagos, not even in Abuja yet. He's doing this powerfully, right? But he has a lot of persons who are doing it in Lagos and Abuja as well. All right. I think he came to my office. So he'd been following me online for a long time. Yeah, I've known him for a long time. But he came to my office sometime in 2016. And as you can see, I was still slim then. And that's him then. We had a picture. All right. He came to really, I think, we discussed a bit about his Grasscutter business. As you can see, I was using, what do you call that phone again? BlackBerry then. So we just discussed, and then he came to consult and see how he can actually bring his Grasscutter business. That's actually when he was, I think, starting. to the internet. A bit about him. He started this business from his NYSC Alawi. Alawi means what they pay them, allowance, right? NYSC Alawi savings, the small money he saved from his NYSC, and he saved when NYSC was paid less than 10,000, not even us that got paid about 19.8 here, or even these guys today that are paid about something thousand naira thanks to Boo Boo. So he started the business from his NYSC Alawi savings, the same business that changed his story. He has actually gone around preaching the gospel of Grasscutter business. He's invited by government agencies, Federal Ministry of Agriculture, by governors and government functionaries. All right. This is one of the trainings here. One of the, I think, I don't know if they call it symposium or whatever, I attended in Abuja. And that guy there, I think, is a white guy, came from abroad for Grasscutter business. So it's not just a local thing. Grasscutter is an international thing. Okay. All right. The man Chinedu, a young Nigerian graduate with great passion for agriculture. He told me he's having this great passion for agriculture, and then he will be telling more of his story. Let me just let it be for now. Okay. He's the founder of the Portable Farm Limited. The Portable Farm Limited. I don't know what's portable about his farm, but then a crazy name there. He has coached over 300 high-profile Nigerians. I'm not talking about normal coaching now. I'm talking about high-profile Nigerians, people he charge premium fees to coach them. I mean, people who are already doing well in their field, but they want to add another income stream, via this Grasscutter business. Okay, how to start a profitable Grasscutter farming business. And he is the national president, Grasscutter Farmers Association of Nigeria, GRAFA. When he told me, they said, wow, so there's an association like that. I said, yes, he's actually the national president, an association with a mandate to teach Nigerians about the enormous opportunities in Grasscutter business. And today, this same guy will be handing you over the 3-step system he employs to do the magic. Do you want to learn this? If you want to learn that, let me know in the comment box. Just type yes in the comment box. I want to learn this. Say yes, that's fine, and I will continue. Awesome, good. So, if you really want to learn this, then you have to kill every form of distraction that will take out your attention from this training tutorial to make you not focus 100%. And that's by turning off your cell phone, if you have any right now. Turn it off if you are not watching the presentation. Then make sure your cell phone is on no ring at all, right? Shut down social media accounts. We don't need it right now. You can go back to it later. It's always there for you. Turn off the TV. Then pay rapt attention to this presentation, because not paying attention may mean giving yourself a reason to regret bitterly later. And if there's anything I don't know, I know that if you miss anything from this training, if you don't watch to the end, you are going to regret bitterly. And then I know you have questions in the course of the training. Type them in the comment box. Yeah, the comment box looks something like this. Type them in the comment box. We'll make our time to take them towards the end of the training. I'll come back to come and read out the training. I'll take out, most of the questions and then pose it to him, send it to, ask him straight live here so we can answer them today. So type it in the comment box. If you're on PC, it should be on the right hand side of the screen. If you're on mobile phone, it should be below the video you're watching right now. And I know you're ready. And if you are ready, here are a few harmless disclaimers. My lawyer remember I have lawyers and they also have lawyers. So they keep wanting me to make sure I make this available at my training so people don't get things, mixed up. But then there's something not really harmful. They are harmless. Yeah. Results are not typical. He will do his best to walk you through his strategy. That's key. Understand that his results and that of his students that he may be showing in the course of the presentation are not typical. The average person who attends any training gets 0 result. That is the facts. I mean, is one truth too many persons won't tell you at this point. But it's the truth. People who attend trainings like this may not get results. You need to really take action, get, to the root of it, ask questions, take action to get results. Yeah. You need to do things everybody will not be doing. Yeah. So, however, he is happy to show you what's working for him and his students for free in this presentation. That's if you pay attention and watch to the end of the presentation. More so, this is not in any way a get-rich-quick scheme. So if you have any of those MMM Minds, Ponzi scheme, get help, receive help, give help, or this binomo crap that is everywhere right now, if that is the mentality you have, it's either you drop it right now or you leave this training. This training is not for you if you have any of those mentalities. Okay? So, with all this out of the way, it is the right time right now. At this time, I should bring in the Ezenchi himself. Sorry, it's not Corona. On that note, I hand over to Mr. Ezenchi himself to actually take you through these 3 powerful steps that you can use to start getting, setting up your Grasscutter farming business. So, Mr. Ezenji, over to you right now.
Thank you, Mr. Pat. Thank you for that amazing introduction. I don't think I would have introduced myself any better. Thank you, and I promise you that I'm going to over-deliver to you over 200,000 subscribers. On that note, I welcome you all to this class. In this class, I'm going to be showing you my amazing business that I used to generate over 30 million naira in 3 years, 2017, 2018, 2019. It's an amazing business. Why do I love this business? Because it's easy. For real. Not only is it easy, it's all around profitable. From every angle you look at it from, it's an amazing and profitable business. Because people must eat. People must eat every single day of their lives. We're eating food, we're eating snacks, we're eating meat, we're eating cereals, we are eating, we are drinking too. So as long as you are in this niche, in this field, you are bound to make profit. And the business is as simple as breeding and handling Grasscutter for fun. Yes, in Chi, bushmeat. The Igbos call it Ichi. The Yorubas call it Oya. The Hausas call it Kus. So imagine breeding and handling Grasscutters for fun and getting paid for it. It's synonymous with a footballer who loves playing football and is being paid at the same time to play football. Just imagine that kind of thing. You love playing football and you are getting paid for playing football. That is the same way it is here. I love breeding Grasscutters and handling them for fun, and I'm getting paid for that. You know? My name is Mr. Chinede Lowa. Like you already know, I am also known as Ezenji Buruburu, the National President of Grasscutter Farmers Association of Nigeria, GRAFAM. Courtesy of my efforts in the industry, we now have a national association of Grasscutter farmers in Nigeria that was registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission on the 2nd of February 2017, courtesy of our activities in the industry. But that wasn't the whole case, the whole story. I used to be an Alawi dependent youth corper. I used to depend on my Alawi. I wasn't earning now their latest 33,000 naira, be the last 19,000 something. I earned 9,775. My transportation was there. My accommodation was there. My feeding was there. My beer was there. You know? Yeah. That was how it used to be. I depended solely on my Alawi, but I wanted to increase that my earnings every month. My monthly Alawi wasn't really okay for me. I wasn't doing well with it. You can imagine a youth couple now earning that of 775 naira. You know, I still had a girlfriend then that I had to take care of, so it wasn't really easy. So while serving as a couple at Ondo State in 2009, my quest to increase my monthly earning led me to freeing. At this point now, I know you'll be asking yourself, what is freeing? Freeing is Forestry Research Institute of Nigeria, Ibadan. Freeing was introduced to me by Kopi Ibrahim. Kopi Ibrahim was serving at Afo, a big farm. Kopi Ibrahim was an agro economist, and Afo was a settlement not far from where I was serving at Ondo, at Wasimi, Kind Comprehensive Secondary School, Wasimi. So I went to Kopi Ibrahim and told him that I had a knack for agriculture and I would like to start an agro business to augment my income. As an agroeconomist, that I would like him to give me suggestions on agro businesses I could undertake at this point in time. Kopi Ibrahim said, okay, that I should go to freeing. That when I get to freeing, I'm going to actually see a lot of things there and then choose on what I actually want to do. I said, okay. I went to freeing. On that fateful morning, I woke up, took my bath, wore my NYFE attire, my cap, my white, my khaki trouser, and my boots, and set off for Ibadan. When I got to Ibadan, if you know Ibadan, freeing is at Jericho Road. That is where freeing is located. When I got to Ibadan, I went in there, and the first place I went into was the mushroom department. I went there and I met one amazing lady, woman, Dr. Mrs. Ebo. I met her from the mushroom place. I went to the snail farming department. from the slave farming development, and I happened upon the amazing Grasscutter farming department. My brother, I was wild. Grasscutter, what? As in, I can Grasscutter be domesticated? Because these guys are agri pests that everybody wants to capture it for its economic benefits. The meat is a delicacy, a local delicacy. It has no discrimination. Christians consume the meat, Muslims consume the meat, even traditionalists in Ate and Tapia. You know, Grasscutter be domesticated. I saw them there. I was like, man, instantly, I was captivated by the idea that this animal could be domesticated because of some couple of reasons. Chief amongst them was because 80 to 85% of Grasscutter's feed was just grasses. Basically, what they feed on is elephant grass, guinea grass, ogo stem, what is it called? Spear grass, bamboo shoots, you know, basically grasses. Also, Grasscutter does not have an offensive smell. Unlike poultry and catfish or pig farming, not to sound flippant though, but Grasscutters do not have an offensive smell to be compared to that, to those other agro livestock. They also do not need a lot of space to breed them. You can simply set up 5 or 4 cages at your backyard and start your Grasscutter farm. It is as easy as that. You might not even need to put up a shelter over them. You can simply make do with tarpaulin for the moment. You know, everything I needed to feed Grasscutters was easily gotten around me. In the morning, if I'm leaving my house and going to the market, there's a little market where I live at Obogo called Afia Namel, Afia Joto. If I'm walking to that market, there are women who sell ogo. What they do is they sell the leaves and they throw away the stem. My brother, all I needed to do was to get rice sack and drop with them. So after they sell their leaves and they're about to go and dispose them at the waste bin, they simply load it for me. One man's food is another man's poison. You know, everything was just around me. It was just the perfect and amazing idea. The next hurdle. How can I make money from breeding this Grasscutter? I had numerous questions on my mind. It wasn't just to breed them. How can I make money? I really wanted to learn how to do that because there were not many farmers breeding them. Plus the demand was freaking high. As in freaking high. I wanted to know. At Free, they were just holding every information. They wanted everybody to just be spectators. You know government thing now. It wasn't easy there. It was really annoying. Very annoying. Only one farmer agreed to teach me. A smiley. And we agreed a fee of 34,000 naira. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. 34,000 naira was my 3 months salary. That is what this guy wanted me to just hand over to him. 3 months salary. Hey, wahala deo. You know, but as God would have it, I called my ever-loving dad and he completed the money for me. Guess what? Let's guess. Ismaili gave me the same useless information that I scattered everywhere on Google on YouTube. All those things I was reading on Google on YouTube, that was the same information that he handed over to me. My brother, I couldn't start anything. I got more confused. As in, I almost quit though. I'm telling you the truth. Now I know that it is not easy. I almost quit. But then something kept reassuring me this could be the difference between me and other coppers out of service. So I wanted to know about the secret. I happened to come upon a post on Nairaland where a guy wrote about Grasscutter farming. The post was written sometime in 2006. You know, the guy wrote a wonderful post. And at that time, the post had 26,000 views. Imagine 26,000 people talking about Grasscutter farming, thinking and reading about it. That is a huge number. Now it is about 54,830. You know? But the problem was that the amount of money this guy was calling, no be here. No be here. I couldn't even afford it. Even if you go to the bottom of that post, you will see people complain about the price the guy charges. It was high. It was high. I couldn't afford it though, so nothing worked. I moved on. I simply continued my research myself, and I was able, at long last, to figure out few things all by myself. In my research, I discovered that grasscutter farming is super profitable, but there are little or no info about it. There was no plethora of information on it, especially how to get access to breeding stocks. One thing is to read about the information and acquire the whole information. The other thing is to get access to the breeding stock that you are going to breed to multiply now. Look at, from my research, I found a lot of people who were looking to buy breeding stock. This one says, hello, my name is Stanley. I'm a Cameroonian, interested in your grasscutter business. Can I have a time at your convenience to call you? I want to start a small farm in Cameroon. I need some breeders. Thanks. Eric says, I'm Eric from Ghana, and after watching your video, I want to start the farm. Chidi says, SNG, good evening. I've been working towards securing a land for the rearing of my grasscutter, and that's put me off for a while. I thank God I got 100 by 100 land now. The clearing is on, and once it is set, I will contact you for the next line of action. I appreciate your efforts towards empowering us in Nigeria. This one says, good morning, Simon. I'm so glad finding you on Facebook. I stumbled into you searching for grasscutter farming. I was so much impressed and moved by your courage and boldness. You are great and inspiring young man. You're a great and inspiring young man. I would like to meet with you and tap from your anointing, sir. This one says, good evening, Mr. Chinedu. My name is Bello. I'm retiring from the Navy this year. Having served for over 33 years, wow, that's quite a number. I saw one of your presentations on grasscutter breeding and I'm highly impressed with it. I have the passion for farming and I intend to go into grasscutter and rabbit farming. Presently, I'm in Abuja, but hope to set up my farm in Minna, Niger State, where I have my home. This message is to establish communication with you before subsequent chats and discussions. Hope to receive your response accordingly. Thanks and God bless. Ebenezer says, I am based in Douala, Cameroon, and I would like to learn and to introduce grasscutter farming in and around my area. I believe with your mentorship, my dreams will come to reality. This one says, good morning, sir. I am Reverend Lucia from Cross River State. I was so much interested when I watched a video on YouTube about grasscutter farming in Nigeria, and I want to know how one can join you for your training. I want to start the grasscutter farming and I want to know how to go about it. Reverend Lucia. This one says, Chinedu, I did advert for the grasscutter farming business and have been getting calls from across the nation. If anyone is ready, hope you have breeding stocks for sale. Daka Jeremiah says, from Kaduna State, I work with health insurance firm. My search for grasscutter has landed me to the guru, Chinedu Joshua Eluwa, and I am now here. Now, seeing that there was a huge demand for grasscutter, I intensified efforts to finding a way, a headway. I ran into a 63-page ebook sold by a guy from Ghana for $47. Now, the issue wasn't the $47. The issue was sending the money across to him to Ghana. It ended up costing me an extra $10. That's a total of $57 to purchase a $47 ebook. But what would I do? I needed the information, so I bought it. That was how I decided to dabble into the business. Like that, using that information I already have, plus the few I grabbed from the ebook. I put all these things together, and exactly on the 20th of March 2012, I started my grasscutter farming business. My brother, guess what? Gengem. It was fatality. It was heartbreaking. It was heart-wrenching. I lost my grasscutters. I lost them old, I lost them young. I lost them pregnant, I lost them big. I lost them small. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It was as if I was in the middle of a disaster. Did I give up? Not at all. I don't. I didn't. And I never will. Because giving up is for losers. Only losers quit. Winners have, nobody has ever won by quitting. I have not seen any person who has ever won in this life by quitting. It's not possible. Now, fast forward 8 years later, the result was no longer this. Neither was it this, or was it this. The tables turned, and I succeeded. I cracked the code and perfected the system. It was evident in what I was producing. It was very evident in the quality of grass cutters I produced. The difference was very clear between before and my after. Look at the size of the grass cutters I produced. Amazing, right? That is what happens when you master the system. We supplied grass cutters in their numbers when I perfected this system. My brother, I have perfected this to the extent that I now call these grass cutters by their names and they respond. I'm telling you, take a look. Let's have a look at this.
My females that I will have to sell. This one is named Christiana. This little one here. I call her Christiana. You can see her still young. You can see these ones. They are growing. They are growing. I see them. They're still growing gradually.
As in, my grass cutter balance was so much that it got me elected as the national president of Grasscutter Farmers Association of Nigeria. I became a top notch in the industry. This is yours truly during our inaugural annual general meeting on the 30th of September 2017 when I was elected as the national president of the Grasscutter Farmers Association of Nigeria. This is me and some of my executive members and some of our ordinary members. Not only did it get me to become the national president of Grasscutter Farmers Association of Nigeria, it also got me the attention of the media and top government agencies and officials, especially the governor of Benue State, His Excellency, Governor Samuel Otom, or Tom, rather, of Benue State. This is just truly and His Excellency, Governor Otom of Benue State, when he consulted me on how to set up his grass farming business. It wasn't easy. The governor ended up buying 68 colonies from me. It was in my home when he called me. My phone rang. I saw a foreign number. I picked, who is this? He said, is this Chinedu? I said, yes. He said, this is Governor Tom of Benue State. I'm watching you on Facebook right now. I was like, wow. Chinedu, how many colonies did you that I can start with? I said, so I can start with 50. He said, no, that is too much. I said, well, you decide. You can start with 20. When you see the expansion, you can now buy more. He said, no problem. That was the first consultation. He called me and then I came and set it up for him. He bought 68 colonies of grass cutters from me. That's over 4 million naira, coupled with the materials for the cages that he purchased from me. You know? I've also been featured on NTA. This is me in a farm of one of my members when the NTA interviewed me on grasscutter farming. You know? I was in Lagos doing a supply and a lady called me. I'm a program manager at NTA. I'd like to feature you in one of my programs. I was like, well, I'm not in Abuja. She said, come to Abuja, let me do the interview. I said, okay. I went to do a supply in Abuja in one of my members' farm. I called the lady, she came over to the farm and then and see me holding a grass cutter and showing her what it weighs. I've been interviewed on NTA. I've been, grass cutter farming has done it well for me. And above all, not only did it do that, it made me over 30 million naira in 3 years. Yes, let me show you the testimonial. This is my statement of account for 2017. Look at the total cleared and not cleared. That's 5,699,034 naira. This is the statement of account for 2018. You can see the total is 13,573,109 naira. This is the statement for 2019. We lost 2 million in the market share, but still a good figure. 11,762,294 naira. That is 2017, 2018, and 2019. Now, if you sum up these three figures, that's 5,699,034 naira plus 13,573,109 naira plus 11,762,294.80. Everything will give you 31,034,439 naira 7 kobo. That is about 30 million naira in 3 years. In 3 years, breeding and selling. That is over breeding and selling, breeding Grasscutter. That is how much I generated at the front end in 2017, 2018, and 2019 from my Grasscutter business. Not to talk about the high level consultancy and executive coaching trainings I was able to give out to people. It wasn't easy, but it was worth every freaking moment I spent doing it. I made so many mistakes, lost a lot of money and time. You know, it took me years to master this, but I'm throwing it on your lap without stress right now. You know, but here today again, you are going to grab it all in just 3 easy steps. I'm going to show you all these things, how to do this in just 3 easy steps. Do you want to know the 3 easy steps? If you want to know the 3 easy steps, just let me know in the comment section. Okay? 3 amazing steps. Now here's the secret. The 3 amazing steps to starting and running a Grasscutter farming business that makes 6 figures monthly. Alright. Step 1, be a good breeder. Step 2, handle like a pro. Step 3, earn profitably without giving a fuck. Now, be a good breeder. One of the things you should know about Grasscutter is that Grasscutters are very unique animals. Grasscutters are agro pests that when you witness their actions in the wild, you actually think witches and wizards are coming to your farm. Let's say you plant corn and the Grasscutters sit there to feed. My brother, they cause mayhem. Now, if you happen to domesticate Grasscutters, you should understand that you should actually ensure that these guys live as though they are living in the wild. Provide them food as though that they are living in the wild. Cater for them as though they are living in the wild. The food that they eat is basically around you. Grasscutters eat elephant grasses, they eat guinea grasses, they eat corn, they eat watermelon, they eat cucumber. All these things can be gotten around you. There are a lot of things that Grasscutters eat that I can bet is presently within your environment. Yes, I can bet on that. You know, so you need to acquaint yourself with Grasscutter physiology and anatomy. Grasscutters are territorial animals. Grasscutters do not need to be paired as in twos of sexually matured males. 2 sexually matured males should not stay together in Grasscutter farming because they will fight to the death. You know, Grasscutters when they are feeding, ensure that there is enough feed for them because they are heavy feeders and heavy wasters. They give birth to between 3 and 15 children 2 times in a year. When they give birth, you should actually nurture their children for at least 40 days before weaning them. You should acquaint yourselves with the kind of food that Grasscutters eat, with the diseases that are prone to attack your Grasscutters. If you have a Grasscutter farm, let's say you have 2 colonies of Grasscutters now, for instance, that's 4 plus 4, 8. 8 females, and let's say they give birth at a flat rate of 5. 5 times 8, that's 40, right? That's 40 animals in 1 liter. Then times 2, that's 80 animals. Now imagine where you have 100 producing females. We're looking at 8,000 females in 2 liters. 8,000 animals in 2 liters. That's amazing. Now, the moment you are able to acquaint yourself with Grasscutter physiology and anatomy, how they live, how they act, protecting them from the rain, from the sunshine, direct sunshine, the next thing is to actually prepare an appropriate housing for them. You know, for an appropriate housing, Grasscutters should be housed in an intensive housing system. In an intensive housing system, Grasscutters are actually housed either using cages, iron cages, or concrete cages. The concrete cages can be made on the floor or on the wall. Do not rear your grasshoppers by saying, let me leave them together, all of them will stay together. No, if you bring them all together in one place, let's say you have 2 colonies and you bring them all together in one place, if they give birth, the children, the male will mate the children, the female children, which is wrong, is inbreeding. The male children will mate their mother, which is wrong, that is inbreeding. And they need to avoid that. So build your housing in such a way that each colony has one housing unit. The other colony has one housing unit. When they give birth, you take care of their children and then you pair accordingly. Grasshopper children should never be allowed to intermarry. Children from the same parents should never be allowed to intermarry. That is inbreeding. You should actually avoid that. So build your housing appropriately, either with iron cages or concrete wall or concrete floor cages. Then you should have access to food. Grasscutter eat virtually everything. Grasscutter eat sugarcane. You know, you can actually locate all these aboki that sell sugarcane in barrel with wheelbarrow. When they sell the sugarcane, remember that they peel the back. They peel the back and sell the flesh to people. Now they throw away that back that they cut. You can simply pack this and give to your animals. Go to the market, locate the various markets around you. Ensure that you have a good source of for picking, for collecting your ogo stem, your pineapple, your cucumber. Around my place at Obuku, there's a place called Afeko. Sometimes do come there to offload their pineapples, their cucumber, their watermelon, you know. So when they come, a lot of those products get broken and they are discarded. We go there and we pick it up. So ensure that there is access to food around you. Ensure that there is access to grasses around you. When you do that, my brother, you become a good breeder. You know. Second, handle like a pro. Now, when you're in grasscutter farming, you are actually going to handle your grasscutters. Grasscutters can be handled for one reason or the other. They can be handled to differentiate which one is a male or a female. They can be handled to check whether they are pregnant. They can be handled to be isolated when they are sick. They can be handled to be isolated when one is causing trouble for the rest of the gang. You know, you need to handle grasscutters like a pro. If you don't handle like a pro, one of 2 things will happen. You either suffocate your grasscutters or you cut their tail. I remember the first colony I bought, because I didn't have much information. That day, the tail of that one cut. Ojokosi, I don't forget Ojokosi. That is what I used to remember was his tail. So how do you handle grasscutters? You handle the animal by the tail, by the third section. You lift it up quickly with its hind leg above the ground, while its front paws is on the ground. By so doing, the animal will have no way to bring down its other leg to be able to run. Once you have pinned it down by the front paws, grab the animal by the shoulder and turn it upside down like you see in this image. Then examine it in that position. Examine it for sex, whether it's a male or a female. Examine whether it's pregnant or not. Examine whether it is sick or not. Examine whether it has a skin problem or not. That is how you examine it. So you have to breed like a pro. You have to handle the animals like a pro to avoid suffocating them. Now, in this position that this animal is being held in this image, if you mishandle, you can suffocate this animal like this. If you don't handle well, you can cut the tail. So you need to handle like a pro. When you are selling your animals to people that bought it from you, you actually are going to handle it. So it is important that you know how to handle the animal to avoid inflicting a lot of stress on him or on her. Now, thirdly and finally, you need to earn profitably without giving a fuck. Sorry about the cost word. One of the things that I've actually come to understand is people do not actually value farmers a lot. But as a grasscutter farmer, my brother and my friend, all I need you to do is when you are selling your animal, sell without giving a fuck about anybody. But if you must do that, you must do it the right way. How do you do it the right way? You do it the right way by targeting the right audiences. Not everybody is your customer. If you're selling to breeders, not everybody is your customer. If you're selling to people that consume grasscutter, not everybody is your customer. Target the right audiences. Who is your audience? Where is he? Where does he reside? How much does he earn in a year? Where does he go to hang out? These are information you need to generate about your target audience to be able to target them rightly. Secondly, do not sell at a low price to win businesses. It is not often the best business strategy, selling at a low price. Always show up strong and negotiate from a position of strength. Then, finally, harness the magic of social media and paid traffic. My brother, my sister, social media has come to stay. The internet has come to stay. if you are in today's world and you don't have access to the internet, or you're not using the internet to promote your business and your services, my brother, you're in for a long thing. Oh. You are leaving a lot of money on the table. Because of social media, I have been able to get, in fact, 90% of my income comes from social media. I can just imagine that. Imagine me shamelessly showing up strong and distributing and pushing my message on Grasscutter farming. 90% of my earnings is from social media. So utilize social media and pay traffic. Pay for advertisement on social media. It is important for you to grow your business and get people faster. You need to employ paid traffic. According to J. Abraham postulated the 3 business laws of business growth, 3 laws of business growth, the 3 undisputed laws rather of business growth. He said, 1, you need to increase your customers. How do you increase your customers? Paid traffic comes in. 2, you need to increase the frequency at which your customers buy from you. How do you do that? To do that by showing up strong every day, showing them what you have for sale. Finally, he said you need to increase what the customer buys from you. So if he's buying Grasscutter, sell him the feeding trough. If he's buying feeding trough, sell him the pelletized feed. If he's buying pelletized feed, sell him, if you buy that one, sell him digital scale to weigh his or her animals. Do these things the right way. Target the right audience. Don't sell at a low price to win business. Show up strong and harness the magic of social media. Now, here is what these people said about me and how I show up strong and how I earn without giving a fuck. Sorry for the cuss word once more. This guy says, one thing I've come to understand, once people know your worth and they trust they can get a better service and products from you, they don't mind paying the extra cash. I've learned much about Grasscutter farming on here and also on his blogs and the Grafan Facebook page. Yet I've not paid the dime to me searching a good spot. In essence, all I intend saying personally for me is I fit close eye pay 79k for a colony, considering my history with Mr. Chinedu. Now, to be truthful, I met you, okay? Now, this guy says, thank you. I have seen clips of your work, seen and read more than 5 of your articles on ways to successfully rear them. Same way I have seen the works of others in the print media, YouTube, and the rest. I noticed that all of the farmers I shortlisted, your price tend to be a little higher, which ain't a problem, considering the extra passion and excellence I saw in your own clips. If I'm not mistaken, I read somewhere as written by you that those who start through you would have other benefits such as connection to the National Association of Grasscutter Farmers and other networking that can boost production and marketability. These are my reasons for putting you on the list. You see, this guy says, my names are Ajileye Olukayode Oladimeji. I am resident in Lagos, though I work full-time in the upstream oil and gas sector. But my good friend who we met by Providence has been teaching a lot and encouraging me to do the grass cutting farming. He sure knows how to convince you. I even bought a colony from him to get him off my back and refused to collect them. You see? But Chinedu is a genius. He caught me all the way. At the matter of food, he was waiting for me at the end. Thanks, bro. You are a friend more than a brother. I like that. So, joining the whole pieces together, grasscutters are polygamous in nature. They give birth between 3 and 15. They live in colonies of 1 male to 4 females. The females give birth between 3 and 15 children 2 times in a year. Grasscutters do not have an offensive smell. You don't need a lot of space to start your grasscutter farming business. Practice intensive system of housing for these your animals. If you start it right by having a quality housing system for your grasscutters, you are already 75% into the game. When using the intensive system, use iron cages, or you can also use wooden cages, but construct the cages in such a way that the grasscutters will not always have access to the wood because they chew on the wood. When I started with a wooden cage, an iron cage, but the bedding was wood. So they used to eat the wood regularly. So I found myself changing those wood every 2 weeks, coupled with the fact that they will spill water on the plant and even urinate there and lie down there, which I don't like. Luckily for me, I met a man from Ghana, a grasscutter farmer, who showed me how to build iron cages so that the droppings will pass through the beddings. You know, so practice the intensive system. Use either iron cages, wooden cages, or concrete floor or concrete wall cages. Okay, so start with iron cages or concrete cages. Have access to food, especially forage. Yes, especially forage. Have access to grasses around you. It is very important in this business because 80 to 85% of the feed that these animals eat are actually forage. So ensure you have forage around you. Also, add supplementary feed in their diet. Remember that now you are keeping these animals in captivity, and then they are in captivity. You need to provide balanced diet for them. How do they get balanced diet? They get it primarily from the supplementary feed. You know, so add supplementary feed in your diet. You can give it to them every afternoon. You know, in the afternoon I'll give it to them. Now, once you have your animals ready for sale, please target and sell to the right audience. Not everybody is your audience. Sometimes I tell people that most of our problem is not our products. Most times our problem is the audience you are selling to. Why don't you tweak it a little by selling to the right audience and see and have witness your change once and for all. So at this stage, I know that some of you will have questions. So I will leave the floor open for you to ask your questions. Thank you.
Wonderful presentation there, Mr. Chinedu. Yes, there are bound to be questions. Personally, I have tons of them as well. But then, hold on. I'll make out a special time for you to come around and take all these questions. It's gonna be boom, right? For now, you said something that really struck me, and that's that you did over 30 million naira in 3 years from not oil business, no government contract, but Grasscutter business. Wow, awesome. And you know what? While you were saying that, I was doing some kind of mathematics in my head, right? I was doing some kind of mathematics in my head. You know, 30 million naira in 3 years, that's like average of 10 million naira per year, right? And I failed mathematics in school. Oh, sorry, I got C4, yeah. But then I immediately switched on my mathematics sense, and, you know, I began to, you know, go through a lot of things. Arithmetically, you said that, you know, one colony, which is just 1 male and 4 females, takes about 130,000 naira to set up, right? Like one colony takes about like 70 something thousand naira, I think 79,000 naira to buy them, and then the cage and every other thing, around 50k, and you have a full-fledged colony of Grasscutter ready to bust up your Grasscutter business and take you, you know, to where you want to be. 130,000 naira. I mean, which is just an equivalent of the money some persons blow in a night or spend on our girlfriends here, or side chicks. Legend here. But the truth is, to set up one colony of Grasscutter at home, not, you know, having a big factory, having anywhere big or something, 130k. I'm just doing arithmetic because me, I'm an Igbo man. Any business I like to look at arithmetics. How much am I putting in? How much am I getting? Is it worth my time? If it's not worth my time, then why should I be talking about that? Now, having ascertained that we spend 130,000 naira to set up one colony, which is made up of 1 male and 4 females. 1 male with a, you know, munch the 4 females to give us more animals and more cash, right? Now, what about how much you can make from this? I mean, it's easy to tell me you have to spend 100,000, you have to spend 1 million, but how much would that bring to me? That is what I'm interested in as an entrepreneur, as a businessman. I'm giving this, how much am I getting in return? So, what about how much you can make from this? Let's just take a cause review, because I know a lot of you have that. Even, you know, before you started speaking, that is actually one of the questions you have in mind. So let's just run through this and see if this business is something we can jump into right now, or can, you know, postpone it until Buhari leaves office, whatever. Okay. Now, each female, like he said, gives birth to an average of 7 grass cutlings. Yeah, grass cutlings. The baby Grasscutter, that's the name they give it, per litter. They say per litter is per reproductive cycle, and each Grasscutter, according to him, has 2 reproductive cycles in a year. That means they give birth twice in a year. Wonderful. So each female gives birth to an average of 7 grass cutlings per litter. According to him, he said some can give birth up to 15, some up to 5, some 10, some 15. That he has one that has given birth to 15. He showed me the video. I saw it. And he even showed me testimonials from other of his students, mentees, whose Grasscutter gave birth to up to 15. One gave birth to 15 and became so weak, almost passed out. So, for one colony, that's 7. Let's work with the 7 like an average. of average babies, average grascutlings, they give birth, per time, per liter. Now they call it per liter, that's their terminology. We're not concerned about that, we're concerned about money, how much is coming to us, yeah? So for one colony, that's, 7 baby grasscutters, times 4 females. Remember? Yeah, you're having 4 females in one colony. 7 baby grasscutters times 4, that's 28 grasscutlings. That's baby grasscutters. Okay? Twice a year, remember, they give birth twice a year. That's 28 times, that's 56 grasscutlings. 56 grasscutlings. Now, 56 grasscutlings is equivalent to 11 colonies. That's by 5. You get about 11 point something, 11 colonies. Therefore, 11 colonies times 79,000, which is how much, you can sell. That's when worst comes to worst, you can sell one colony. That's 869,000 naira. That means if you start one colony by the side of your house, without any pump, you might even be doing it in your compound and people will not notice because it doesn't smell, like he said. Yeah? With that one colony, if a colony of a grasscutter gives birth, and 4 of them gives birth an average of 7, you should be looking at a profit of 869,000 naira. 869,000 naira. This is, for some persons, it might not be too much money, but when you look at the effort you put in here, then it's over too much money because you do nothing. As a matter of fact, you have fun. And then you smile home at the end of the liter, according to their terminology, with nearly 870k, nearly 900,000 naira. Right? Now, this is the base, the lowest anybody can do from this. Okay? And that is just from one colony. Just from one colony. 869,000 naira. Just from one colony. Alright? Now, I love using a worst case scenario. I don't like overestimating or expecting so that I don't disappointed. Let my expectation be tripled so that I will be, wow, that's good. I'll be like celebrating on the positive side and say, oh, I overestimated. Why did I? Actually, people get more. People, have their grasscutters give birth to up to 15. As you can see, this guy wrote something, sent him a message. The message he sent to Chinedu, he shared with me. He said, please urgently advise my GC. My GC, that's grasscutter, is giving birth to number 15 babies. What can I do before they die? Record breaking. So it is normal. It is not out of place that, grasscutters give birth to 15, but we are taking 7 as the benchmark. Let's just work with a worst case scenario. But then you can see somebody sharing a WhatsApp message with him. He said, Nzeme Emeka, he gave birth to 15 babies and he's even concerned they might die. First of all, my guy said, okay, people started correlating in the group. Congratulations. The mother is weak now, as you can see. But then it's normal. Living thing, giving birth to 15 babies and you won't be weak. Even if you give birth to 1, you know how it is, let alone to 15 babies. So, if you can make 869,000 from one colony that costs you just 130k to set up, how much do you make from the business per year is up to you. If 130k with a powerful grasscutter business idea can bring in 869,000 naira for you, right? And then it's still the same effort to use in managing one colony that is used in managing 5, 6, 10, especially if you have the information, then how much you make is dependent on you. All right. Personally, I wouldn't even like to start playing small. If I were to start this business, of course, you should know that's about me. You should that about me. Right. Now, let's assume you want to make your goal is to make 5 million naira in a year. Okay. Going by the fact that 130,000 naira investment, and this 130,000 naira covers both the housing, the house, the cage that you have to buy. It covers it. So this feed, he's told you this feed, you get it around. It's not like you're going to buy a special feed. They eat remnants of the food we eat at home, grasses. So, right? Now let's assume you want to make 5 million naira in a year. How many colonies do you need? Remember, one give us 8.6 million, 860 something thousand naira. Now, 6 colonies will give us 6 colonies will give us the 5 million naira in a year. As simple as that. And then, if you want to maybe dream bigger, you want to make your goal is 10 million in a year, by the side, though, without interfering whatever you are doing right now, all right? Just 12 colonies. The Chinedu man said he has over 50 colonies right now. And he has actually, the one he set up for the governor of Benue State, he said he set up over 150 colonies for him. I mean, when he did that, all right? There are rich men who he consults for that set up to 300, 500. So it depends on you. It's either you start with one or whatever, but then why start with one if you have the wherewithal to really start with 2, 3, 4 and make more, because you don't really do anything different. There's no more difference between 1 colony and 10 colonies. All right, now that takes us to the big question, right? And that big question is, big or small, where do you want to play? Especially if you know that you can really afford to go for 2 colonies or 3 colonies or 4 colonies or 5 colonies. Why play 1? Why waste it? Why waste those times? We need more money, especially in this economic situation we are in. Right? So big or small, where are you? Okay? Now, wherever you are, if you decide to do 1, if you decide to do 20, depending on how your financial strength can carry, right? You are covered. You make money at the end of the day, convincing profit for you. All right? And the sweetest thing is that there's something to even further make it easier for you. And it's not coming from me, because I'm not the Grasscutter king. It's coming from the same guy who power brokers and shakers and movers in the industry have actually endorsed. And this is coming from Emeka Nobis. You should know him. He's a great guy, doing well in the leadership industry, like Emeka Nobis. Like he's one of the guys I respect hugely. He messaged him, I think he commented on Facebook, and he said, Eluwa, Idiebu, like in Igbo, you are wonderful. You're walking on the path that so many dare to walk in and championing it. Not just walking on that path, but he's championing it. Imagine seeing someone raising grass cutters and using social media to showcase. Amazing. There are tons and tons of this, but I have to just leave that of a Mekanobi, so you see that this is not a child's play. This has gone beyond the child's play. Eluwa is a master degree holder from Nnamdi University, Oka, Anambra State, right? But he's doing grass cutter, and he's an able man. I know he wouldn't do grass cutter if that wouldn't make him convincing income. So that's enough. That is enough proof to show you that there is money here. That's why it's an untapped niche. And I said it earlier. That is the only meat my daddy eats. Grass cutter. It's very heavy. The other time I was driving from, I was attending a friend's grandmother's burial in Akure. So I drove from Ore. I saw grass cutters on the road. I mean, I thought they are bush, so they were very cheap. I packed, priced one of them, and they told me 14K. I'm talking about these ones they put in stick and those dried ones. I'm like, really? But then again, I know grass cutter is a meat that a lot of persons want to eat. I've not seen anybody who says we don't eat grass cutter. So this is from Emeka Nobis, and if somebody like Emeka Nobis will be saying this in the public domain on paid endorsements, then who are you to doubt that you can actually make something out of this? All right, and that is actually what gingered me the more, because I know I have a lot of persons looking up to me for opportunities, business opportunities that will help them make money, multiply their money. So that's why I have to talk to this guy to do something wonderful, right? And I've gotten him, Mr. Ezenchi. Eze in Igbo parlance means king. Nchi means grass cutter. That is, he's the king of grass cutter. Because in every application, he's the king. He's the king of the Grass Cutter Farmers Association of Nigeria. He's revolutionary grass cutter farmer in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, he's the Africa's #1 grass cutterpreneur. And I've gotten him to further make it simpler for you. Especially if you want to start, even if you want to start with 1 colony, 2, 300, or like the governor or the Federal Ministry of Agri, you want to take it big, or some, private guys who want to really make it big. So whatever, 1, 200, 1,000. I've gotten him to make it simpler for you, to further make it simpler for you by guiding you through every bit of the process. All right. Now look again. This is another testimonial. Facebook comments on his Facebook wall. He said, "This is from Obina Kinsley Women Najo. He said, I will not congratulate you, Lai, because I'm not surprised. You are our Tyler Perry in the Grasscutter world. That the reason, that's the reason. Okay, that's the reason. Congratulations, boss. All right, and he's talking about, the president of the Grasscutter Farmers Association of Nigeria, GAFAN. I mean, somebody who revolutionized grasscutter farming in Nigeria. I mean, bushmeat, you domesticated it. That should even make you pay more attention here. Now, the thing is, if this guy is to now bring you into his room and show you the nitty-gritties of how to really succeed in this business, would you be interested? Would you be interested? So, and the reason you should be interested is you don't get to make unnecessary mistakes. You don't lose your hard-earned money. You get access to all the point-and-kill contacts and avoid gambling your time and money. So you can jump all the trial and errors and go straight to the earning era. I love this part so much. I don't like trial and error. I want to, take advantage of people's failures, what they've learned in the process. I mean, and a lot of persons don't want to teach you that because they want you to also make the mistake. So they will remain where they are. So that by the time you make the mistake and learn what they know, they've gone far, right? But here, you can jump all the trial and errors and go straight to the earning era. Nobody wants to waste all that time, right? So you learn the gun to the head. Never fail strategies of having people beg and pay you before your grasscutters even give birth. And that's more like practically doing for you, no matter where you are in the world, no matter your financial status. That's the sweetest. I mean, whatever you are, it doesn't need you to get an office or a big space or whatever. Beside your house, one small corner, you get that done. All right. So wherever you are in the world, no matter your financial status, same thing he has been doing for folks. And you must have seen a couple of them. I think this guy is from Ghana. I said, hello, mentor, from Ghana. I want to say thank you for everything. You are in Nigeria, but impacting life in Ghana. God bless you. He's in Nigeria and impacting life in Ghana. God bless you. And this guy said, yes, very much. I just like your simplicity and how lovely you handle the animals to the extent of giving them names. I actually watched this guy, I think 2 years ago or thereabout, when he was calling Grasscutter by name and they were coming. Like you call him Josephine. The Grasscutter will come. That shows some level of mastery and, authority. Okay? Now, I have to show this image again. The guy you see by the right is the governor of Benue State. Otom, I don't know how to pronounce that. He saw these guys, videos and Facebook posts on social media. He invited him. He's the governor. He invited him. He consulted for him already. Otom is an agriculturist, but he consulted for him to help him set up a grasscutter business. Now, he wouldn't have anything to be doing with Otom if he's just a digital farmer, like I used to call it. So, would you let him do the same for you? That's the big question right now. Would you let him do the same for you? Because I've literally just made that easy. I twisted him to put up what we tagged, myself and himself, we tagged it advanced, not just anyhow, advanced grasscutter farming blueprint. Advanced grasscutter farming blueprint. No, this is not some digital farmer BS. Not like somebody who heard that you can make money teaching nonsense. You don't do it, you don't even know where it is, and then you're teaching it. We'll call those one digital farmer, right? This is no way a digital farmer, because of course, he released the information, a bit of what you'll be learning, to a couple of his inner circle students, and testimonials are mind-blowing. Alright, just take a look at some of them. This masterclass has been very informative, impactful, and a good guide to both beginners and already existing grasscutter farmers. I've learned from the vast years of experience from Mr. Chinedu to correct the errors made as a beginner. So even if you're a beginner or you are advanced, you can't know better than the President, Grasscutter Association of Nigeria. I don't think so. And with this concise training, I know I have only one way to go, and that direction of success. Then this one again from Chef Ike. Wow, this information is mind-blowing. Grasscutter farming is no longer a mystery, like he demystified it. One can only succeed when he gains mastery over a predictable plan, and that is exactly what Chinedu Eluwa, Ezenchi, gives. You inspire me to go into grasscutter farming. You would hear of me, but big time in 2 years' time. I want to raise this like a year ago. I want to raise 1,000 grasscutters in 3 years. I will be making more purchases of colonies soon. Right? From Mr. Walter G. And tons of them. This one is you are powerful, isn't she? All your effort will never be in vain. God surely bless you. Chinedu, thank you for a wonderful seminar. Okay, I think risks of professionalism. Professionalism. That's actually why, of course, I go for the best here. You see, this is not some digital BS, digital farmer BS, but is practical step-by-step approach to actually creating a multi-million naira or more business working from your home. The sweetest part, part-time, starting with nothing but colonies of grasscutter, iron cages and a shelter over them. You start with just colonies of grasscutter, iron cage and a shelter over them. That's what the iron cage does. That's all. The feed, what you feed them, you can get from your immediate environment. Yeah. And then this is him. It's not a digital farmer. He has grasscutter in his hand. He's teaching. And this is a high level training he was in here, right? Then this is him and the governor again. And then he's been featured on NTA and major other news outlets. Sorry, he didn't go to their studio. He was in a farm. Somebody was consulting for in Abuja. They came there to come and interview him and video him. This is NTA Abuja. If you are doubting Thomas, go to NTA Abuja, ask for Chinede Lua and ask for the documentary, the date and everything. They will provide that. Okay, so he's just good at doing this thing and he's been doing it on a very high level. Okay, he's been doing training on a very high level. I think this one was in Makurdi or so. Yeah, so advanced grasscutter farming, how to create a multi-million naira or more business working from home part-time, starting with nothing but colonies of grasscutter, iron cages and a roof shelter over them. And then you're wondering, what could I be learning in this that will make all the difference? Well, in this blueprint, first of all, you get 30 days free access to Grasscutter Millionaire Farmers Group. All right. According to him, this is a group he's very skeptical about. I think he said he charges about 10,000 naira for it, but he doesn't really like doing it because it takes his time. What it means is he want to make sure he gives his best. He puts you in a group and then he's able to reach out to you and they pay 10,000 naira per month. All right. So he gives you 30 days free access to this group. And then he brings you into the introductory part of grasscutter farming. You learn exactly in layman's terms what grasscutter farming is all about, the nitty-gritties, or everything you need to know, the do's and don'ts of the business, so you don't go out of business even before you start. And this is valued at 45k, like if you want to assess that alone. Right then, he shows you the right way to house them. Housing is not something easy, something anybody can just come. It's not the type of house. Remember, these guys, you are breaching their nature. They are coming from a different habitat and you are bringing them to a human habitat. So you have to really make it comfortable for them. So getting the housing wrong, you may join the league of failed grasscutter farmers wannabes. But here, in this blueprint, you discover the best way to construct a wooden cage to prevent the animals from chewing the wood. I laughed at that really. And that's alone is 55,000 naira worth. Then, sourcing this grasscutter and selection criteria. You learn how to source for the best breeding species. One of the species grow bigger and produce more grasscutters than the other. Now, do you now wonder why some of his inner circle students have grasscutters doing 15 babies at a time and even fainting in the process? You also learn the best way to differentiate between a male and female grasscutter. When he explained this very process to me, I laughed because I asked him, how do you differentiate between these two? Because you don't know, you don't mate them. So he just gave me just a few lines of hint. I said, wow, really? And he said, it works 100% of the time. So when you're buying, you're not cheated out, right? Then the best almost free food for grasscutter. He shows you 9 different foods he feeds his grasscutter with that guarantees rapid growth and how to source them around you without stress. That 5k value. Then multiplying your colonies. It's not just enough buying. You have to. Your goal should be multiplying them so you make more money. The more multiplication you do, the more money you make. So the only kind of mating you would ever need, not just anyhow mating. All right. As a matter of fact, he told me about, we don't marry our sisters, we don't marry our brothers and all as humans. Grasscutters also are not supposed to mate with their relatives. He just gave me a hint of that. Especially if you have one colony. So he knows how you can go around that. Okay? That's what's about 37,000 naira, that information alone. And then keeping the grasscutter healthy. If you're not healthy, they will die and you run at loss. Remember, I said when he was starting, he lost a lot of grasscutters. He doesn't want that to happen to you. Of course, you shouldn't know him and then that should be happening to you. So you learn the common diseases that grasscutters are prone to, their signs, symptoms, solutions, and easy preventions. You also learn the best no-cost way to deworm grass cutters without dashing vets your money, without needing vets at all, right? Then exchanging your grass cutter for cash, that's the end point of it. I mean, you've done everything nice, you've gotten your grass cutter. Now, how do you not make money from, give some people who need grass cutter, and then make money from it? So you discover the 9 solid ways to make money from grass cutter business, and the best of them to concentrate on as a beginner. The 9 solid ways, then the best of them to concentrate on as a beginner, 27,000 naira worth, okay? And then you discover how to care for a pregnant female to avoid the baby, vanishing. And then you discover the right way to know when a female grass cutter is in heat, so that you can, put them together and make babies as fast as possible. Valued at 5,000 naira. So altogether amount to, all these things in the blueprint amount to about 559,000 naira, because that's, group alone is 300k. Like, he charges 10k every month. All right, he charges 10k, 10k for that. I think every month or every day. He said it's a very high powered group. So, but then again, this is not some kind of marketing hagglings and all right. We're not asking you to pay 559,000 naira, even though that is what is in every ramification. After all, you take some courses. You pay up to 500,000, 1 million, and then at the end of the course, you go back home and remain the same level. No actionable practical steps to follow to make money, right? And then again, we're not even letting you pay half of that, which is 279,750. No, we're not letting you pay half of that. No, I won't let him pay, even though he would like to get that. I won't let you pay him that, okay? Not even half of that, no. Not even half of that again, not half of half, that's quarter. No. Right? We are not going to ask you to pay that much for this blueprint. Okay? But only for 50k, you get access to the blueprint. Does that sound cool? I know, I understand where you are right now, and maybe like 50,000 naira in this time and age. But let's face it. Even if you took out 50k and pay right now, like, it is 1 million times profitable and worth it, because 50k for an information you get just once, and you can make multiples of millions and millions from it. It's very, very cool. Yeah, but then I really need to make you understand something. Okay, I'm ready to further give you discounts, but it's conditional. The discount is conditional. So the price, actually, he wants to sell his blueprint is 50k, but then he's talking to my people, and somehow I have an upper hand. I said, no, we're not going to do just 50k. Allow me to do something I want to do. Then later, the 50k can take effect. Okay? So I said, I will be letting people who are serious in this online web class right now take advantage right now immediately to pay, to enjoy a further discount of 20k and pay only 29,997. All right? 29,997. That's like a whooping 95% discount. But now I have to be brutally honest with you. Okay? Now, I don't want to sound like those fake marketers who tell you this thing will end today, it will end tomorrow and all that. Well, the only thing I'm sure of is I don't even know when this thing will end. But the only thing I know is that you might come back to this page, you might watch this video tomorrow and come back to the page to pay and notice that the price is no longer 30k but 50k. That's the only thing I'm sure of. I don't even know when it will end. Alright? So if you can still see this price right now, it means you can go ahead and enjoy it. And we don't have any specific deadline for this offer. So if you want to enjoy the additional 20,000 naira discount and not pay 50k, which is his price, and will be taking effect anytime from now, then you want to jump in right now without any excuses. Like, if you allow with excuses, we always have a way of making excuses and making ourselves feel cool. Alright, so 29,997, you get access to the advanced grasscutter farming blueprint and limited slots. So right now, you can enjoy the 95% discount, alright, by just clicking on the link that showed up somewhere on the screen. If you're on a mobile phone, is below this video. If you're on a PC, it's by the right hand side. Just click on the link or simply go to patrickogidi.com/AGF to get access to where you can pick it up immediately. No matter what time it is for you in the world, wherever you are right now in the world, you can click on that link and you can pick it up and get into the Blueprint membership without talking to anybody. And see, if you click on that link right now, like show some kind of seriousness, okay, it will take you to a page like this where they give you two options to pay. One is to make a bank transfer, *737 USSD, however you want to send the money to the account, send it to that company account there, and then make sure you send us an email to the email address on the page after. It's very important. Or if you're like me that doesn't like waiting, you want to pay and immediately get access, especially if it is night for you in your part of the world or whenever you're watching this, you want to use the option 2. And that means you have to click and securely pay through the Paystack. Paystack is, CBN approved, 100% safe, nothing to fear about. They won't take more than, in fact, they can't even take more than what they are asked to take. They are CBN approved, so CBN monitors them like the bank as well. So when you click on that, you pay with your card, it's safe, and then you're automatically directed into the place to get access to the Blueprint without really talking to anybody. And if you choose the option 2 and click here to pay online, it takes you to a page like this. You fill out your detail, and then you're presented with 3 options to pay: card, bank, or USSD. All right, so you can. Card is safe. Just put in your 16-digit card number, put the expiry date, put the CVV, and pay, and instantly be redirected into the download page. Or if you want to also pay through bank here, there's a couple of banks they support. Choose any of the bank, log into your internet banking, and pay immediately, right? Or use the USSD code. If it's GTB, click on the GTB, UBA, then click on them. It brings out a code for you to really dial on your phone. Once you dial it, it's successful. It redirects you immediately into the members area, so you get access. It's as simple as that, right? And upon successful payment, you'll be taken to a site that looks like this, where you put in your name and your email, and then acknowledgements, all right? And then you get access to the Blueprint and you start enjoying, okay? So if you haven't clicked on the link already, click already somewhere that just shows somewhere on the screen right now, or go to patrickogidi.com/AGF. And if you do that right now, like right now, yes, we'll do a couple of things for you. Powerful thing. Now, pay very close attention to this part. One of them is that I have forced him to include a money back guarantee. And it was easy for him to do because he said, well, anybody who follows what he teaches would get result. Like he's almost dead, like he's almost something certain as tomorrow. Okay, so he's offering a 30 days money back guarantee. Like, follow everything you learn in the Blueprint. Ask him questions because he'll always be available. You can't come to part and then he won't be available to his people. Follow everything he teaches. Ask questions when you need help. And after 30 days, while going and helping you back and forth, asking him questions, especially in the group, helping you solve some problems that you may find on the way and all that. And if you don't make headway, get in touch with us. You get 100% refund. But then again, you have to really start. You must have done these things and try to seek support from us. Of course, he would always do that. You saw how he has group around helping people. All right. But then again, if after 30 days nothing works, after taking all these things, you'd have your money back. That is just one, right? Then, if you are coming in right now in this presentation, all right, if you are clicking on that link right now and taking advantage, we'll give you access to 3 super awesome bonuses that will get you so excited, like these guys here, right? Bonus 1, 3 bonuses. Bonus 1 is about Facebook ad for Grasscutter farmers. Now, he told me that Facebook doesn't allow you to advertise animal because they are living, they are a living thing, right? But then again, he's been doing this for over a decade, so he knows his way around all these things. So as a bonus, you're going to get a powerful video on Ezenchi's unique strategy of beating FB policies and successfully selling his grass cutters on Facebook for free, and this is 35,000 naira value. Then bonus 2, you get his WhatsApp marketing mastery for grass cutter farmers, like a 45 minutes video tutorial on how to professionally market your grass cutter business on WhatsApp for free. Amazing. Right now you're wondering, is it the same WhatsApp I'm using? Am I going to be using anything to do it? Yes, there's a tool to do that, and that tool is worth 20,000 naira. So as bonus 3, if you come in right now, he's going to be giving you his portable WhatsApp sender. It's a software that you need to just install and then upload the numbers wherever you get them from. And then you put in your message and bomb it, and your message goes right into people's WhatsApp. I mean, there's no better way to advertise, if you want to agree with me, than that, because it hits their WhatsApp phone and they are forced to read that, right? So you're going to be getting the first one, which is the Facebook ad for Grasscutter farmers, valued at 35k. Then the second one, WhatsApp marketing mastery for Grasscutter farmers, and then this portable WhatsApp sender software worth 25,000 naira. So the bonuses alone are worth about 80,000 naira. All right, that's just the bonuses alone. Just the bonuses alone. All right. So if you add that to the real value of the advanced Grasscutter farming blueprint, it will bring it to about 639,000 naira. And you're getting this right now, if you're coming in right now, for just 29,997. That's if you act fast. Now there's something I really need to make very clear here. Remember I told you we don't have a deadline for this offer. All right. So the only thing we can do is, you might come here tomorrow and see that the price have either increased to 50k, yes, or that the bonuses have all gone while the price remain at 27,997. So none of those options are, none of them are appealing. So you don't want to take that risk at all. So today, right now, in this presentation, for just 29,997, right, you can get access to all these things for the additional 3 bonuses and the 30 days money back guarantee. All right. And if you act right now, that is when you get all these things. If you don't act right now, well, any of these 2 things might happen. Or you may be lucky to still see it at 29,000 with all this thing intact, but then nobody can be sure of that. We don't have deadline for this. There's no marketing gimmicks for this. So it's either the price is increased to 50k and the bonuses remain, or the price remains at 29,997 while the bonuses go. And you wouldn't even want to do this Grasscutter business without those wicked bonuses that make these things easier, right? So you want to take advantage right now. Click on the link below or by the side of this presentation, depending on the device you're watching from, or just simply pop out your browser, type in patrickogidi.com/AGF. Now, let's think of it this way. If after taking this offer, all it did for you was to help you build a business that generates at least 500k to 1 million naira for you monthly, would it be worth it? If it makes you never feel the effects of the bad economy, no matter the country you are, would it be worth it? If it makes you live a peaceful and improved lifestyle, would it be worth it? If yes, then you want to go take advantage right now. Click on the link that shows up somewhere on the screen by the right hand side if you're on PC, or below if you're on mobile phone, or just go to patrickogidi.com/AGF. Now, let's also consider these 2 options. First, you do nothing right now and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free, especially with the 30 days money back guarantee. Yeah. Or the second option, you pony up this small investment today compared to all the values you get in return, and just give it a shot. If you do and get access now, I'm assuring you it will be a wise choice. Of course, you are convinced. It's just for you to hit the button and take that, bold step right now. It will be a choice, a wise choice that will sure affect your life positively for it. However, if you decide not to join us, it won't be fine, but that's still a choice. All right? That is still a choice, right? That is still a choice. So the ball is in your court. The link remains patrickogidi.com/AGF. So go there right now and pick it up as much as you can. Now, I think you have a couple of questions. I would love him to really just touch briefly. So let's go to the question and answer. What a powerful presentation there again. While you were just busy, running through those stuffs, I was here nodding my head. And I want to, from the responses I've been seeing here, it also means a lot of persons, gained a lot from that powerful presentation of yours. But then there are a couple of questions I've received here, and I thought we can just, I can just throw them to you so you can say 1 or 2 things about them quickly. All right. So the first one there, the first question there is the one that says, how do I modify the environment to suit them? How do I modify the environment to suit them?
Okay.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm here. How do you modify their environment to suit them? First of all,
environment to suit them.
Yes. Yes, you need to actually make their cage look as if they are in the wild. You should make beddings for them using elephant grasses or guinea grasses. Whichever one you feed them in the morning with, give them a lot of grasses so that it looks as if they are in their natural habitat. When they lie down, they lie on top of grasses. That's one. Another way is to actually restrict people from actually coming to visit them. You know, when somebody hears that you are breeding grass cutters, the person curiosity sets in. The person will actually want to come and actually see them. You should actually limit that. Try and put your grass cutter cage in a shelter where people cannot see them easily and want to go and go and stress them.
Awesome. That's fine. Personally, if I hear that a friend of mine, a neighbor, rears grass cutter, I'll be the first person to jump in there to go and see what it looks like to domesticate grass cutter. So you don't really blame them. Now the next question there is
okay.
How do you differentiate between a male and a female? I've been wondering this too. How do you differentiate between a male and a female grass cutter?
A grass cutter, yeah. It's actually the easiest way to do that is through the anogenitals. The distance between the anogenitals in the male is longer than in the female. If you see a female grass cutter, the distance between the anogenital wouldn't be so much. But if it were a male, it would be very far.
This grass cutter thing is almost turning into a biologist or whatever. I don't know, but that's fine. Okay, so the difference is just in the spacing.
The spacing right? Of the anogenital, yes. Very long for
awesome.
The
okay. And then the next one here.
Okay.
Good. The next one here. Somebody said my biggest question is about its value chain, which makes it seem like we can only breed for nest breed and not for table size. What can you say about that?
Okay, the value chain of grass cutter is very wide. You have the people that make the cages, the iron, the welders. You have the carpenters that make the wooden cages. You have the bricklayers that build the pens and the concrete concrete wall and concrete floor cages. You have people that roast grass cutters that make it as barbecue. You have the farmers. It's not only the breeding angle. If you actually look beyond the breeding angle, there are even a chain that produces troughs that grass cutters use to eat and drink water. You know, it's a wide chain.
Awesome. So it's not even just about the meat. It's not just about the grass cutter.
Yes, no, not about the grass cutter meat. Yeah, not just about the meat. It's beyond the meat. It provides even employment.
So I think it's okay they ask because what I'm seeing here is people want to make maximum use of everything that has to do with grass cutter. There's no point coming in and just making
concentrating on only one part. Yes.
Exactly. And so that is why I think the offer which we made available to them, your offer, is a good one. I mean, it could help keep them miles faster than what they would have done on their own or without it. All right. And that's why I'm actually encouraging anybody who can, to really jump into that offer before the time elapses. Now we have a couple of more questions. Lots of them actually. But let me see if I can chip in 2 or 3 more. Then the next one here is what would be the ideal budget estimate to start a grass cutter farming with 4 females and 1 male for a fresh starter like me, bro? That's the question. Okay. What would be the ideal budget estimate to start a grass cutter farming with 4 females and 1 male for a fresh starter like me, bro?
Okay.
What?
1 male and 4 female grass cutter is called a colony of grass cutter. Grass cutters are polygamous in nature. So the standard grouping is 1 male to 4 females. Now, in this 1 male and 4 females, if you want to start a grass cutter farming business, you have 2 categories of that colony to buy. You either buy the winners, that is those that the females are between 2 and 3 months old, and the male is between 3 and 4 months old. The male has to be at least a month older than the female to be able to mate. Then you have the ready to mate. Female grass cutters become sexually matured from 6 months. So at that, for the ready to mate, the females are between 5 and 6 months old, while the males are between 6 and 7 months old. So also do their prices vary. For the winners, you can get winners for between 60 and 100,000 naira. You can get the ready to mate for 100,000 naira to 200,000 naira, depending on where you are buying it from.
Wonderful. And of course, in your if they join your program, where they are buying it from, which makes a whole lot of difference, won't be an issue at all, because I think
Of course.
I heard you tell me sometime when we were preparing this presentation that one of the things you give is actually access to how to now get all these grass cutlings. That's what you call them.
Of course, the breeding stock. Yes,
at the
yes.
cheapest rates they can get anywhere in this country. And as a matter of fact, people from outside the country, Ethiopia, Ghana, Liberia, buy from you. Not like they don't have people they can buy from in their country, but I know it's even cheaper getting it from you here.
Of course.
Even when it's like getting it overseas. Okay, so we have a few more questions. A lot of them actually. Let me see. The most pressing ones are the ones a lot of persons are asking. Now, how much do you need to start Grasscutter business? I think you've just answered this one. How much do you need to start Grasscutter business?
As much as you can afford. But I suggest as a starter, you start with between 1 and 3 colonies. As much as you can afford. If you have 79,000 to buy a colony, if you have 790,000 to buy 10 colonies, just as much as you can afford. But before you acquire those, ensure that you have adequate knowledge on how to handle them, which is the most important.
So, and that's adequate knowledge. That adequate knowledge is in your program. So, if you ask me right now, say if you, as much as you can, jump on that program right now. It's actually fun rearing Grasscutter. So it's more like rearing Grasscutter for fun and making money. All right. Now you're having somebody, the president of the Grasscutter Farmers Association of Nigeria, saying, "Let me show you how this is done." Still, my 10 years, trial and errors, all the monies, mistakes, and monies I wasted, in a program, and then have me tutor you to become a professional Grasscutter business. Now, it is not just about rearing Grasscutter. That is not where it ends. I keep saying this. You can actually rear it and actually turn the idea into money making by teaching people how to do this. Right now, he gets invited by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. A governor invited him. We saw the pictures and a whole lot of offers coming in from in and around the country. If you allow him coach you as well, that means you would have the knowledge to do very well in this. And when you're doing very well in something, what does it mean? It means that a lot of persons will want to learn from you, and that's exactly what I want for you. Now, a few more questions. I think the next question is there any health risk of rearing Grasscutter? Is there any health risk?
Not at all.
Can we get what's that thing they get?
No, not at all. Grasscutters do not carry any transmissible or transferable diseases at all.
Awesome.
It's very safe.
What is the lifespan of a Grasscutter? Awesome. That is actually why you can rear them behind your house, near your house, and that's pose no risk to your health, right? Exactly. Now, the next question is, what is the lifespan? What is the lifespan of a Grasscutter, and at what point does the females stop reproducing?
A Grasscutter can live for as long as 5 years in captivity. If you're domesticating it, it can live for as long as 5 years. And the females, from their 4th year, they stop. Their productivity starts to drop. Are you there?
Let me get something. Did you mean captivity or productivity?
No, I said in captivity. When another word for domestication of Grasscutter,
when they are in the cage,
breeding them. Yes, when they are in the cage.
Captivity. When you say captivity, some legal guys might take it up and say, "Oh, yeah, putting these guys."
Okay, let's use the word domestication. Domestication.
Domestication. I think that's fine. Yeah.
They can stay for as long as 5 years. Yeah.
Awesome. The next question here is that, do I need gloves before touching any parts of its body? With the COVID-19 issues here and there, do people want to know if they need gloves to really protect themselves?
You don't need gloves to protect yourself when handling.
I think that's fine. Yeah. I think that's fine. Then another question: how will I take it from the cage? Assuming I want to sell it or kill it for food, how will I take it from the cage? Like, people are interested in knowing if it hurts, if it bites. Does it?
No, yes, it does, but the bite is not harmful. That's when you
there are tons and tons of questions here. I understand that I'll make your an email address available here. Or if you ask your question and we don't answer them live here, it doesn't mean we won't answer them. The system, this presentation system, the webinar system will automatically detect that we did not answer your question, and it will redirect to our email, and Mr. Chinedu Eluwa can take it off from there, reply you, and you can ask them questions from there. But then, if you ask me, I'll say, go get the offer as much as you can. But before I let you go, Mr. Chinedu, I have one question that it's been on my mind all this while. I was reading something, they're trying to qualify grasscutter in the class of rodents. Is that correct?
Yes, they are rodents.
Now, is it a rat? Are you sure it's not a different type of rat?
For a novice,
The person no go chop rat.
most people think that grasscutters are rats, but they are not rats proper. They are rodents, but
Awesome.
in the rodent family, they don't belong to the ratus. They
Okay.
belong to the
Funny enough, that's actually one of the meats.
the family my dad eats. Okay, the family of grasscutter is the porcupine, what the Igbos call ebiogu. The animal with
porcupine, the horns.
Porcupine is the largest rodent. Grasscutter is the second largest rodent.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
That's good. Thank you. Thank you for having you, Mr. Chinedu. I know a lot of questions will jump into your inbox. Please do well and promise me that you're going to reply to all of them and follow from there. And yes, I know a lot of persons will be coming into your program. Don't let me down, because my name is at stake here. Make sure you deliver and over deliver. It's not about delivery now. Make sure you over deliver. And I want to have 20 grasscutter millionaires from that program in the next possible time. Remember, testimonials make my head blue, and it actually helped my business. So do whatever you can, whatever you need. I say, as a matter of fact, not delivering is not an option. Else we'll go to court. So thank you once again. And while I go back to all right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pat. Thank you.
Okay, I know definitely there are tons and tons of questions that have been coming in. We can't take all of them. We've tried his best to answer the most important ones. Yes, there are tons of them. I just have to seek them out, especially the ones that are, recurring. But then if your question in any way isn't answered, don't worry. The system recognizes that it will be redirecting all the questions to his email, so that at the end of the event, he will settle down and reply to all these emails. So keep your eye on your email for a reply from him. Okay? So that's it. Thank you for watching. Well, it's been a good time. And thank you, Mr. Chinedu, for coming through. It is not easy. And I know that as much people that are jumping in, I can see a lot of them jumping already, you don't fall my hand. You must make sure you live up to the expectations. All right? I want this same thing that you be giving to your high-level students, all these big guys, politicians, Ministry of Agriculture, for you to really give it to us. I know we're not going to be paying you big money, but yes, give it to us. We need to really be part of your testimonial. Okay? We need to, these sweet testimonials here, we need to also be part of the testimonial. Yeah. So that's it. On that note, we call it a day and hope to see you inside the Advanced Grasscutter Farming Blueprint. Thank you, and hope to see you soon.